Some stories begin with a mistake. This one began with curiosity. Ethan had started working part-time at a small police archive after leaving the hospital job. Quiet nights, cold coffee, and shelves full of forgotten evidence. It was the kind of silence he thought he wanted, until the night he opened Box 9. The tag said, "Case number 3049 unsolved." Inside were 9 VHS tapes, each labeled with dates that didn't make sense. The last one read, "Tomorrow." Ethan frowned. He checked the logbook. The tapes had been recorded 15 years ago. But tomorrow? How could there be a date that hadn't happened yet? He laughed nervously. Probably a clerical error, he thought. Still, he took the last tape and slipped it into the old VCR behind the desk. The screen flickered. Static. Then an image came into focus. A small office. This office, the timestamp matched the current date and time. The camera was facing the very chair where Ethan sat. He leaned closer. In the footage, everything looked identical. The same desk, same papers, same flickering lamp. Then something moved in the background of the recording. A figure walking slowly across the hallway behind him. Ethan turned around. Nothing. The hallway was empty. When he looked back at the screen, the figure had stopped. It was now standing in the doorway. Still faceless, watching. Ethan reached for the power button. But the tape kept playing. The figure on screen lifted its hand and pointed straight at the camera. Straight at him. The lights in the archive flickered once, then twice. And then they went out. He pulled out his phone to use as a flashlight, but the battery was dead. Only the glow of the VCR screen remained, humming softly. On it, the timestamp kept changing, moving forward by 1 minute every few seconds. It was recording the future. In the footage, Ethan watched himself stand up and walk toward the door, something he hadn't done yet. Then, the future version of him froze and looked back at the camera, eyes wide. Behind him, the shadow returned. Ethan felt the air grow colder. He whispered to himself, "It's just old footage. It's just tape." But then the sound came faint at first, then closer. Footsteps in the hallway. Slow, deliberate, wet. He turned the volume down. The sound didn't stop. It wasn't from the tape. It was from the hall. Ethan picked up the flashlight and stepped outside. The long corridor stretched into darkness. He called out, "Hello!" No answer. Just the faint, rhythmic click. Click, click of dripping water. He turned back to the room. The TV was still on. But now, the image showed him standing exactly where he was. Live. Except, there was someone standing behind him. A whisper filled the room, coming from the VCR. "You shouldn't have opened the box." He spun around. The corridor was empty, but when he looked back again, the figure on the screen was closer. Just behind his shoulder, the power cut out. Silence. For 10 seconds, everything was black. Then the VCR ejected the tape on its own, sliding it halfway out. Written on the label, in shaky ink, were new words. "Do not record again." The next morning, the janitor found the room empty. The monitor was still on, showing static. The tape was missing. Later, when the police reviewed the security footage, they found something strange. The archive camera had recorded everything. Ethan Enderon, sitting, pressing play, then started for 5 minutes. When the feed returned, Ethan was gone. Only the VCR remained. Recording by itself, the label had changed again. Now it read, Box 10. Final narration. Slow, cold, hypnotic. Curiosity opens more doors than fear ever could. But some doors don't close once you've seen inside. This is Dr. Mysteries, exploring the dark side of reason. Subscribe before the next tape starts playing.